I don't really like to post this kind of video, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to make it and share it with you because it is a very important topic, subject to me. It is about playing modes because if you want to play solo, if you want to improvise solos, it is you need to have you know various kinds of tools in your musical toolbox because you never know when you're going to need them. So I'm sure that you have things like arpeggios, major scales, pentatonic scales, blues scale, and so forth. But the modes are also important tools you need to have in your toolbox. So what is a mode anyway? Well, a mode is nothing but scale displacement. That means you have C major scale, for example. You can play the same scale 7 times, okay, because you have 7 notes in the scale. So you can play the same C scale, C major scale, 7 times. But the only difference is you're going to start on a different note each time. The first time you play the scale starting on C, which is the main scale, the major scale, and then you move on to the second note, make it your no root. You play the same C major scale starting on D to D, and so on and so on. And those scales you play on those different notes, they are called modes of the C major scale, or the Lydian mode. So it is important to know how to arrive at playing different types of modes over different types of chords changes, and the locations of the half steps in the scales play the locations of the half steps in the scales or modes play an important role in determining what modes to play. If you play the C major scale, the Lydian mode, all the way up. That's the C major scale. That's the Lydian mode. Now, if you play the same C major scale starting on D, you are still playing the C major scale. Okay. Except you started on a different note, the second note. Okay, D to D. The intervals of D major scale most of them have changed to comply with the C major scale. Diatonically, I might add. I might add. So when you play from D to D, that's the Dorian mode. Now, if you play the C major scale, if you have a progression 2-5-1, D minor seventh, G dominant seventh, and C major seventh or C major nine, whatever, and you play the C major scale, you choose note from the C major scale to improvise, you'll be good. But what if someone asks you to play the C Dorian mode, not C Ionian mode, C Dorian mode. Now the C Dorian mode belongs to another major scale. Well, you may know what scale the C Dorian mode belongs to right away, depending on your knowledge. But if you don't, the other thing you can do is to know the intervals that make up any Dorian mode, and then we can look at it. Let's say C Dorian mode. Remember, now we're going to use numbers, not letter names. So C. Let's start with C, the root. C Dorian mode. 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, 6, flat 7, and 8, which is 1. Back to 1, but 8 in octave. Remember that. I don't like to memorize things in music, but this concept is an exception. If you can memorize it, go for it. Okay? In Dorian mode, it doesn't matter what major scale it belongs to. Know the intervals. Okay? We got 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, 6, flat 7, and 8. Okay? Same thing on the guitar. Let's start with C on the 10th fret, 4th string, 1. Okay. 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, 6, flat 7. That's your Dorian mode. C Dorian mode. Now if you want to know what major scale it belongs to, you're going to, from the C, you move down a whole step, 2 frets. 2 frets down, you play the note. You play B flat. So B flat is the major scale, is the Ionian mode that C Dorian mode belongs to. So if you play B flat scale, you also played your C Dorian mode in other modes. Okay. Now, what about the Phrygian mode? The Phrygian mode, in the case of C major scale, is going to start on E. Okay. So one thing to keep in mind, when you start on E, when you dealing with E major scale normally, but since the note that you are playing in the key of C major scale, they have to be diatonic to the C major scale. some notes in the E major scale are going to change to comply with the diatonic nature of the C major scale. So let's see. Now we need to know if you don't remember what scale any Phrygian mode belongs to, all you have to know the intervals that a Phrygian mode contains. Then you can make your own Phrygian mode. Okay, in the case of E, I'm gonna play it on the guitar first. Well, it's gonna be C, right? C, the same C. C Phrygian. C Phrygian. Those are the intervals in the C Phrygian mode. Okay, let's see. We are doing this together. C, then we go flat 2, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 6, flat 7, flat 8. No, not flat 8. Not flat 8. 8. Okay. Again, any Phrygian mode contains 1, flat 2, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 6, flat 7, and root octave, in octave. So that's your C Phrygian mode. You need to remember the intervals that make up the C Phrygian mode or any Phrygian mode. 1, flat 2, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 6, flat 7, and 8. Then you don't need to remember what scale, what major scale it belongs to. Okay, so I'm going to do one more mode, because I don't want to make this video too long. I'm gonna go with one more mode, and then the next time we will do part 2 of this video and do the rest. The other mode is gonna start on the 4th note of the scale. Okay, it's gonna be F. So, like, once again, when I say F, I'm thinking F major scale. F major scale. But I know some notes in the F major scale will have to be changed to comply with the C major scale. Okay, so now we start because remember we are playing C major scale no matter what note you start on. So I cannot play B flat, even though F major scale has B flat, because we need to comply with the diatonic nature of the C major scale. So start with F. Okay, F 1. See, F. I did not play B flat, which is normally what you play when you play F major scale. I didn't play B flat, I played B to comply with the C major scale, because C major scale diatonically has B in it, not B flat. Now the only thing that we know that a change was made from F major scale. Okay, what was the change? The change is that B flat is no longer B flat. B flat become B. So what happened? The B flat of F major scale now has been raised half step. Okay, so now in B flat now, no, not in B flat, in F major scale, okay, now we have B instead of B flat, so we have sharp 4 or sharp 11 in octave, and that's the Lydian mode. When you have sharp 4 or sharp 11 in a scale, okay, when the fourth is raised half step, the fourth, that creates the Lydian mode. Okay, so that's not good, because I play B flat. It must be B to comply with the C major scale. So it's going to be sharp 4. So now I just play F Lydian mode. F Lydian mode. So when you play F Lydian mode, all you do, you play the scale, okay, and you raise note number 4 half step, and you got three whole tone, which gives you a tritone. Okay, which gives you a tritone. Okay, so, and on the guitar, it's gonna sound like this. Actually, I should have played C Lydian mode, but I got confused a little bit, because I'm talking about the modes in the key of C major. But I think you get the point. I don't need to go back and play the C Lydian mode. Okay, I'll just play the F Lydian mode in the key of C. The C Lydian mode will be the same thing. You raise the fourth half step, and then you play the rest of the scale. So basically, for you to play the Lydian mode, any Lydian mode, all you need to do is play the major scale. Play the major scale, and then raise the fourth note of the major scale half step, and you have sharp 4, sharp 11. That's your Lydian mode, and then right there you have a tritone. Okay. That's F Lydian mode. Well, let's try C Lydian mode as well. Okay. So it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, sharp 4. So 1, 2, 3, sharp 4. Okay, it's a sharp 4. To remember, sharp 4. Okay, so when you play, how do you find for the Phrygian mode? When you play the Phrygian mode, if you want to go back to the Phrygian mode, which is You remember the Phrygian mode, the intervals? That's 1, flat 2, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 6, flat 7, and 8. Now, from the C, if you want to know what scale the C Phrygian mode belongs to, you move from the C, the root C, you move down a major third, okay, and you end up playing A flat. So C Phrygian mode belongs to A flat major. Okay, from the C, you move a major third down, which is like how many fret? 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 fret. That's 4 fret. Let me see. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 4 fret. All right. So what about let's see, what was the last one? That was the Lydian mode. Okay, Lydian mode. Let me see what we can do with the Lydian mode. What C Lydian mode belongs to what major scale? Okay, let's play C Lydian again. Okay. And that would be G. So C Lydian mode belongs to G major scale. Okay, how many fret did we move here? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fret down. Okay, so that's it for now. And the next time we will get, let's see, we will get we will go over C Mixolydian mode, C Aeolian mode, and C Locrian mode, maybe even C Super Locrian mode. Okay. Okay, so until next time, keep on playing, keep on practicing.